little battle that I had, but good to be back with you here this evening. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on the chat, and if you have questions, you can write them here in the box. And I'm excited to be back, and good to see everybody here. Um, In case you may have missed it, we do have a new PLR package that we have released, and it's actually something we've not done before. It's a year-end special, and I don't do a lot of discounting, and this really isn't a discount technically. It is I really need to redo YouTube, and so I am going to redo YouTube. And so because of that, I took our 2022 titles, combined it with our new title, which is on YouTube AI tools, and you can get all three, right? And it's all priced to sell. You can get those for the launch period only. So one thing I did in this case, I didn't put them in the sales video, and they're very easy for me to go and take out. So at the end of the launch period, I'm just gonna go and snatch all that stuff out of there. So if you're gonna get them, make sure you go in there and get them now. And so you can get that at the plrshow.com/YTAIP. And let's see, I think I see a hand here from Dana. Okay, Dana, if you want to put your put what you've got here right in the chat. Hey George, thank you Maria. I appreciate that. Appreciate your good words there. And let me see. I think I've got all questions can be seen. So Dana, if you want to put your question there in the box, I think I can see it. And okay. Oh, it wasn't you. Okay. Okay. All right. No problem, Dana. Um, right. I'm going to talk about a few things here, and let's go ahead and get into a few things here. A few things I want to say here at the end of the year, and obviously it's been very eventful. And I think that if you are looking at AI, you can feel like AI has dominated the headlines, and AI has really dominated where we are. And obviously, it's changed what we produce. It's changed what sells. It changed it sells in the information marketing and I'd say the make me a less space. Let's see. Let's see. Got something playing. I've got something playing in the background. Okay, there we go. Okay, stop playing, thankfully. Okay, sorry about that. So let's go ahead and sorry about that. Something started playing randomly in the background. Um, so what's changed now? So that we are now at the end of 2023. And AI has changed what we produce. But what I will say to you is, and you probably have recognized this, it has not changed marketing. And probably individuals that may have been producing and selling things, they're still the same people. They may be producing some of those things differently. Personally, I have not done that yet. I've not, in terms of what I produce to sell, I have not produced AI. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying I haven't, but a lot of people have. And maybe you have also. Maybe what you produce, you have been able to streamline some of what you've been able to produce, and you've been able to produce some of those things faster. Maybe you are editing faster videos. Maybe you are producing more content. Maybe if you are a blogger, maybe you're blogging more. If you are a video producer and you did not produce any videos, maybe you are producing videos. If you are creating products, information products, maybe you are creating products or writing books and you could not have dreamed of writing a book prior to AI. So All of those things have changed. That's production. What has not changed is how do I get in front of the right person to sell what I have to sell? That has not changed. And what you and I are in the business of doing, wherever you are in the ecosystem, wherever you are, wherever your customer is, and what your customer is coming to you to learn how to do, is they're coming to you to figure out, okay, how do I get in front of my customer? And many of you are coaches. A number of you are information product sellers. And what are you teaching people? You're teaching people how to get in front of their customer. That hasn't changed. The fundamentals haven't changed. The steps haven't changed. And so even though AI is here and some of those things are easier, we have to remember what is easier now is production of things, not necessarily the action, not necessarily what it is that we have to do and what it is that we have to teach people. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to your customer? What are you telling them? What should you be telling them? What has not changed and what you should still be telling them is that they need unique positioning in the marketplace. And what Dan Kennedy says is that you've got to have a reason to be. What's your reason for existing in the marketplace? What I mean by that is, I mean, there are probably, 1,000 people that, let's say, for example, sell pizza. But what's the reason for your pizza place to be in existence among all of those other ones? Whatever it is, whatever your category is, there has to be a reason that they've got to have you, even if they have all the other ones. You and I have, let's say, 10,000 books on copywriting, but we bought this one book because it teaches us one thing. And so that's the way you've still got to be telling your customer that they've got to think about their business. They've got to have one reason that people are going to come to them. It's still about unique positioning. That hasn't changed. So there should be some unique positioning about whatever your business is. There should be some unique positioning about your brand. So what you're saying about yourself. There should be some unique positioning personally. So in other words, I think one of the things that I have been saying about social media is that the people that tend to do well are people who go to social media and they are willing to be outward about their persona. So they may not necessarily be that full person. A persona is typically an exaggerated version of the best part of yourself. And so you may have noticed that maybe a person, maybe they've got all kinds of other things going on in their life, but they know how to emphasize this one great aspect of their personality, and they're able to transmit that online. And that may or may not be something that you want to do, but people who are good at it can be genuine and can use it in order to sell things. That's a great thing. And so you've still got to have a persona, a personal aspect of your business that you can make public, that people know about you, that they associate with you, whether you choose to do social media or not. You've got to have some personal element that's unique, that if somebody's having an awful day, and somebody is having a just a rough patch in their marriage or with their kids or at work, they can open up your emails because there's something that they can look forward to every day. What is that element? Can you be that same person every day? You must have, I must have, your customer must have some unique personal positioning. And so something about your personal self. And of course, every product. And I say this all the time, PLR products are not made to make you rich. They're not even necessarily made for you to, let's say, sell one product and make a gazillion dollars. PLR is for two reasons. Number one, every time you get a PLR product, it should instantly go into your learning center. It should add to all the other things that you're selling for one price. And you just sell that one price, sell it for one price monthly. So if you bought 10,000 PLR products this year, they should all be in one place. They should be organized for your customer in your market or your niche. Then once they're there, the uniqueness is not what you put into the product. The uniqueness is what is it about your membership, your learning center, What is it that I can get? How is your learning center organized for me, your customer? It should be done uniquely. And so that unique way to which you do it means then that if even if I have 10 other memberships like yours, I still have to have yours because of what you do for me. And so there still needs to be unique positioning for your business, for your brand, personally, right? Something about you personally should be positioned. And then what it is you sell, everything you sell at the product level and especially at the learning center level. It should be uniquely positioned so that it is something that I cannot get elsewhere. Even if I go searching all over the world, I can't get yours. And you say, well, I've got PLR just like this other person. As I've been saying to you over the last year, it's not about the PLR in your unit. It's about how you wrap around it, how you organize it, what you bring to the table, and what you add to a learning center that will make it sell. Right? So at the product level, you have to be uniquely positioned. That has not changed about marketing. So your unique selling proposition, unique value proposition, that has not changed. You still need to be increasing the revenue per sale. So if all you have this calendar year is three customers, let's say that all you get are three customers, that's not as important as how much that customer is spending with you. And so you can be if you're going to be like most MMO marketers, and I have nothing against them. The people that you and I work with, they are hyper focused on getting new customers, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? And so the launch model, depending on how you use it, can really give you and create a good lifestyle for you. Here's what I will tell you about that. Most people are not wired that way, and so most people are wired in order to provide service and serve people. And if you do a good job of that, what you're doing is you focus on increasing revenue with every sale. So in other words, I don't care if I have three customers if all those customers spend $400 a month with me. So again, it's not necessarily about getting every sale. Right? I got to get 10,000 sales. Yes, but how much is that customer spending with you, let's say at the point of sale and over the course of that month? So basically, when you are sending an email, if your emails look just like all the other people in the MMO space, one link at the top, two links at the bottom, sell this one present thing. Next week, promote something different, sell that. That's not going to cut it for the long term. You and I this hasn't changed. AI is not going to change that. If you're gonna do just like everybody else, right? Then yeah, you really do have to play the AI game, and you're going to be focused on getting a number of customers and trying to get them all in the funnel. That's not the game, right? The game is you want customers that you can serve over time and that will learn to trust you, and so will spend if necessary, all their dollars with you that month. And that takes relationship, and that takes a different kind of emailing. It takes a different kind of writing. It takes a different kind of relating. And typically, one of the things I say to our ultimate insiders is you should be doing exactly what I'm doing here, which is you should be training your customers free every week, once a month, once a week, right? Because it's relationship building, it's trust building, and it means then that a person can feel safe about spending their dollars with you over time. And I'm not saying that, everybody here is spending all their money with me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you want to build that kind of business where you want the weight of the business, not on you having to go out every single month and to get all new customers and a launch and to do a big deal and to bring all these new customers in and then have them go right back out the back door because they don't have any loyalty to you. You haven't built any relationship with them. They just go buy from somebody else. They don't know you. They don't care. They just go and buy the next, big software thing. And then they go on to the next person, buy the next software thing. If you want to build that kind of business, that's fine. You just have to recognize that that's what you're doing. You're not marketing, right? You're launching to sell. And so I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I'm not saying it will not create a great lifestyle for you. I'm saying that's not marketing. Marketing is focusing on revenue per sale per every little customer that you get. Doesn't matter how many customers you get if those customers are spending money with you. The frequency of purchase. So, in other words, right, one of the reasons why I say to Ultimate Insiders, and I'm just going to say it to you now, if you bring people into your membership site or your membership area or your learning center, and all you have are a bunch of affiliate links going out here, there, and everywhere, you're missing the biggest part of your revenue, which is frequency of purchase. And so you can have two customers, and that customer comes back to you 2 days later, and 4 days later, and 10 days later. And you focus on building relationships of trust so that when you recommend something, if you got to recommend it next week, the same customer come back to you and buy something from you, even if it's going to be an affiliate product. And I'm going to argue with you that those instances should become more and more rare. And I'm finding that to be myself. I want those instances to be more and more rare, where I even have to send someone to another customer, to another vendor to get something. It's marketing. So again, selling is one thing. Again, the make money online space, the marketing space is great at selling. I would argue with you that most people, myself included, come to this industry and never learn marketing. We don't learn how to get in front of the right customer and serve them to the point where they trust us to buy more and more. We learn how to make sales. And again, that's a valuable skill. Like a lot of people don't know how to do that. And as you learn how to do that over time, that's great. It's not marketing. So marketing hasn't changed. AI doesn't change marketing. Um, Lifetime value, continuity, and that goes without saying. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse with you right now. Um, your whole business, really, and whether you know it's what you want or not, you may not know that's what you want. If you've been involved in, you bet you, well, I just got involved in PLR and I'm trying to figure out what to do. Let me tell you what you want. You want recurring income. And so you're trying to build continuity, however you do it. Last month, for those of you who want to do it through affiliate marketing, I built an entire set of products. I started a series just for you people. I call you people who want to build recurring income with affiliate marketing. And you say, well, I didn't see that. Well, that's what System.io is, that you're giving people a platform, you're showing them how to use it. And every time I create a course for you, an expertise marketing playbook, I'm basically giving you an opportunity to educate a customer so they can buy System.io through your affiliate link and you can get recurring income, right? So whether you do it through product sales, which is how I recommend you do it, build a brand, you can do it through affiliate marketing just by using expertise monetization playbook. That's what that course is for. You need to get all of them, right? You should get volume one, volume two, and our system videos. I think of Sales Funnels Playbook 2.0. Get all those. And the way you use them is to build a recurring affiliate income with System.io, right? You don't even have to use System.io. You can be a lover of. I was talking to Aaron Chandran, and we were talking today about optimized press, and I was telling him, I know I've got to do that, right? I know that it's well overdue. I haven't done it since 2017, and I just am still liking 2.0, so I haven't done it. Just been lazy and kind of little, but I know I've got to do that. You can use optimized press and you can still sell System.io because you're doing it to help people, number one, your customers. And in the course of helping them, what you're doing is you're building a continuity income. You're building a recurring income. So what's not changed about marketing? Number one, I said unique positioning. Number two, what's not changed about marketing is you've got to still continue to build exponentially. It doesn't matter if you have one customer, two customers, three customers, 3,000. Revenue per sale, frequency of purchase, and then continuity, right? Continuity. One customer buys from you on a regular basis. And again, I'm telling you, it's not easy. I'm not saying just put on a conveyor belt and just let it run and just fill these templates out. You know it, and I'm not going to tell you that because you know it's not true. That you're just gonna follow my system. You know it's not true. It's not. It does. I don't care what anybody tells you. Life doesn't work like that, right? And you know that. And so I've just stopped lying to people about that. But you still need continuity, and that's that. I don't want to call it the holy grail. But if you're first just getting started in internet marketing, that's what you want. You want to do work with one or two customers and to get them to trust you repeatedly. That's what you're working toward. You're working to learn how to do. You're looking to position yourself how to do. So, okay, I've said what's changed. What's not changed is unique positioning. What's not changed is exponential marketing, um, business related engagement. And I just talked about this a minute ago. You need a business relationship with the people on your subscriber list. And so there are only a few people I know that are really good at social media in our space to the point where they can kind of talk about their personal life and they still are able to sell. Very few. Tiffany Amber is one of them. I think this guy Arun, he's very good at it. Very few people. Benjamin Fletcher, very good at it. Gary Baker, very good at it. These people are good at being personal and using that persona in order to sell. All that being said, and even with what's coming in 2024 about the apocalypse and email and all this stuff, if you have been following my work since I'd say 2020, what I have been saying to you and what I practice, I know some of our emails go to spam. What you and I have to do is we've got to build a strong enough bond so that people are going fish it out of there. And so if they miss us for a couple of days, say, you know what, I haven't heard from him for a few days. I better go get something out of there. Or even better is you have a regular launch date. Let me give you a little secret. And I haven't been doing as well at this year as I did last year. And my goal is to be better about this. One of the things about having a regular launch date, you know what that means? That means then if somebody, let's say, if somebody hasn't seen me because my emails are going to spam, it should be firmly entrenched in their mind. Branded, right? What does brand mean? That means shoving it, taking a hot poker and putting it on them so that it's ingrained in their mind. Oh, Charles launches on Saturday. Right. I know something's going on Saturday because this dude launches every Saturday. It has little to do with trying to dominate the marketplace or anything like that. It's about brand. And so part of that really is also about emailing. And yes, emails go to spam. But you and I, you're not going to be able to uh keep from going to the promotions. That's not going to happen. You're not going to beat these companies, these big companies, and trying to fool them and getting their algorithm. The best you can do is to build a kind of bond and relationship. And if you don't have relationship, you got to have brand, right? You need to say, you know what? Every 2 weeks, um, Joe launches. Uh, there's a gentleman who's in our Ultimate Insider group. In June of every year, he does AWeber, right? AWeber PLR every single year. So even if all of his emails are going to spam, I don't know if Jim's here tonight because I can't see him. Even if all his emails are going to spam, sometime around June, you'd be thinking, you know what? I think that there's this dude that does AWeber, right? He does AWeber every year. So some things in information marketing are really about the, how you can establish yourself uniquely positioned, right? And then building engagement with people so that if something goes sideways with your email marketing, the brand will bring you back. And so you've got to build a business relationship with your customers. That being said, email is still the way to do that. And there, like I said, there are very few people that are good at social media. And that's not something everybody's going to be good at. I'm just telling you. So if you're out trying to you know, you know, uh, be a Facebook philosopher, and people are looking at it and they're thinking, boy, this woman is really weird, or this dude's really weird. That because it doesn't work for everybody. Everybody can build a relationship with their people via email. You can be a whacked out, crazy person, but you can be our crazy person if I read your emails every day, right? So that's really so still email. You and I have to build a business relationship with those people. You should be reaching through that computer screen every single time. Now, I do think you should be selling with every email. So don't start getting into this thing where you're talking about, well, I'm just going to send a relationship building email. I don't believe in that, right? Relationship building is a business relationship because if you don't sell stuff, there's not going to be a relationship. You're going to have to go do something else. So don't be sending out emails with no links in them, trying not to sell something. But still, you're still relationship building. So those things have not changed about marketing. Number one, unique positioning. Number two, increasing exponential marketing. Number three, increased engagement by email. And number four, I said this at the beginning of 2022. I said this at the beginning of 2023, and it is still true. And it will always be true. It'll be get true at the beginning of 2024. At 2025, it's going to be true. Double down on your personal and professional network. Every day, your network should expand. And so, this year, our Ultimate Insiders, we're going to be going through the 52-week program that I did as part of the PLR that I did. And so, one of the things I want to really challenge myself, I want to challenge them, is what have you done today to expand your personal professional network? What have you done before you go to bed to get more people who can promote for you, who you can promote, who can expand your reach, who you can bring on the podcast, who can bring you on the podcast, who can put you in front of the press in your local area? What have you done every single day? So it's not going to happen. And so a lot, and so this is the kind of thing that you gotta think, well, it sort of happens, just don't try to make it happen. It'll just happen. No, it will not just happen. Your network is not going to expand without some work. And you got to be on purpose and intentional every single day. All those things haven't changed. So I don't care. AI is never going to change these things. So if you're thinking, well, I'm gonna produce more content. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna create more products. I'm gonna cool. You still have to do these things. You must do these things regardless of what you are doing with AI. Um, I want to, and so I want to kind of close out this and talk about learning centers and learning communities. And so for the last 3 years, I really talk about building a learning center. That is still central to what I call your continuity offer. So what are you doing with the video PLR? Remember, I tell you, people don't believe me. They don't believe me when they first start, but it's still true. Don't redo my voice. Please do not waste your time redoing my voice. You can do that. I know it's your right. You can do that. I know that's what the way PLR has been taught. You're supposed to remake it, make it into your own voice. It's supposed to be personal. Um, you should be branding to make your learning center unique. If all you got was just our AI products for last year, if that's all you got, if all you got was Midjourney, um, prompt engineering, AI design, if that's all you got and you put all that in one place, that's enough. That'd be enough. And so if you just did that, what you have to do though is you figure out, okay, who do I want to talk to? Who do I want to serve? And you build around that with the persona, right? You build around that with your unique brand. You build around that to reach those unique people. And it doesn't matter who it is. Your unique people might be seniors in Tuscaloosa, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. right? It could be that. It could be, and I guess the person I always use as my example is RV users, right? That could be the people you're trying to teach AI. So you build your learning center to cater to those people. So you might have some content from Dr. Loy in there because, hey, you know what? RV users need to be healthy in addition to learning how to build a business. So all your stuff is so unique in there. And so when people come and they see what you've got in there for them, your learning center should be the brand. You shouldn't be focused on redoing my videos. That's not where it's at. I've done enough work for you. If you really think about it, I'm not insulted if you do. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I've done the work to teach your customers. I've given them foundational training. I'm not telling them they're going to be rich tomorrow. So you don't have to worry about them asking you questions about how am I going to get rich tomorrow. If you want, if you want to teach them that, that's fine. But I've done enough work for you to put those videos in your learning center. They can watch a course, they can learn how to do something specific. And what you've got to do is you've got to build that unique way in which they're going to get the content. What is that uniqueness? And that's what your focus should be. Your focus should not be on, because truth be told, and here's the dilemma. Here's a dilemma for PLR users that I've seen since I've been doing it. Okay, I've redone all the videos. I've redone all the graphics. Now, what am I gonna, how's it gonna sell? Well, that's the classic situation, right? Unless you go back to the make money online market, right? Unless you go back to that market, it's hard to do. So what you spend your time doing is you spend your time branding and figuring out how to get in front of the right person. So how are you going to do that? And I want to talk about that a little bit before we get out of here. Um, One of my 12 principles, the 12th, in fact, right? Principle number 12, and I call that build a community, define and build a community around your ideas. What is your idea? What is your niche? What are your 12 principles? What are those bedrock principles that you define? What are those non-negotiables? And so one of the ways that you're going to be able to sell that continuity program, and you may not be able to sell it as a continuity program. And again, it's a hard sell. It's not easy. It's not easy to, it's a little bit like herding cats. Getting people to understand exactly the value that you have. However, one thing that's not difficult to sell is bringing a community of like-minded people together and keeping them focused on one thing. That might be who you are. And so you might have to, one way to do this is that you build around your learning center as a paid community, right? So basically, what are you doing? And so this is one of the emphases that I want to put on, we're talking about the Ultimate Insiders. We're going to go through the 52-week session. And so one of the emphases and we're talking about how do I build around that learning center? How do I make that sale? Well, for some people, you're going to build community. You're going to build groupings of people. And some people will like being around the other people more than the stuff you're giving them, right? That's going to be some people. And so, yes, there are going to be some people who are going to buy it just based on the stuff you have in it, but some people just want to connect with people. And so if you're that kind of person, you might know how to build community almost instinctively. And I've noticed that there are people who kind of understand how to do that, and it's almost intuitive with them. And that might be you. You might be more intuitive, and less intuitive with training and teaching, more intuitive with building community. Either way, right? Either way is a way for you to build around your learning center and get recurring income. The only thing I would say to you is that it's got to be paid community, or free gets this much and paid gets this much. But we're going to be talking about that this year. And so it's learning centers and learning communities. Again, it's principle number 12 that I've been talking about over the course of the years. which is how do you build a community around your ideas? Um, and it can be a side door to building a learning center. So in other words, you're going to have your learning center and you're also going to have, your learning community. And so you might be better at building and maintaining a paid community. Uh, Last I checked, your bank account doesn't care. Your PayPal doesn't care. Your Stripe doesn't care if it's a community, if you call it a learning community or learning center. It doesn't care if you do more community building than teaching, right? It doesn't care. I promise you, your bank account doesn't care. It likes both equally. And so if you feel like, this training, that's for Charles, and it is. Like, I get that. I love to train. I love doing what I'm doing right now. If you could figure out how to just let me do this all day and all night, if voice permitting, I would do this what I'm doing right now every day of the week, twice on Sunday, right? Now, I might have to do it twice on Sunday, but that's not everybody, right? Not everybody likes to teach and train. That's why we do the DFY Live Masterclass. We give that to you so that if you don't like to train, you can either let my voice play or you can, do it over yourself. But you might like to build communities. Either way, right? You can build a paid community. And so basically, you're going to wrap this around your learning center, right? You're going to build that community around your learning center. Doesn't have to be all one site, right? So you gotta get out, you gotta be thinking outside of the bounds of it has to all be in one place. It doesn't, right? A community can be, well, I get my product over here and I get my PDFs over here. It's the interaction with each other, right? And however you build that. Quite honestly, some people have a community in the comment section of their YouTube videos, right? It's not necessarily what I would necessarily tell them to build. I wouldn't recommend that, but some people have that. So if you're a community builder, you might be more of that person that can build that recurring income, that continuity payment, right? So that um, you are building it across that method. Please do not default to social media. Right. I know you feel like okay, let's just do a Facebook group. Try everything in the world not to, if you want to do a paid community. Um, Look for some stuff you have already. If you're an Ultimate Insider, you have community. If you've got system, you've got community. And it may not be perfect. Like I said, all membership sites have problems. That's not the important thing. Look for some stuff you have. Don't go out and buy anything. And look for some ways in which you can build community. But we're going to be talking about that this year. And so it's going to be one of the goals we're going to be working toward this year. And it's one of the 12 principles that I suggest that you follow, which is, you know, build a community around your ideas. Principle number 12. Okay. Once again, our YouTube PLR is uplrshow.com/YTAP. I think I've got some questions here. And let's take a look here. Okay, let me see. Okay, so that includes any PLR we may buy from any vendor. Yeah, you should if you have the rights, Jeff, you should put it all in your learning center. Your customer's indifferent to that. And if you and I are marketing right, then your customer doesn't care that they might perceive it came from, let's say, this person, and this other one came from that person. Customer doesn't care. You know what your customer cares about? It cares about how you organize it, cares about other stuff you put in there to make it unique. So don't if you try to make every single PLR product you buy unique to the sale, it's impossible. I'm just telling you, it's impossible. What's possible and what is doable and what is understandable for most people on this call is my membership is the most unique membership on this subject in the world. You can do that. You can do that. Anybody here can do that. And that is where I suggest that you spend your time. Don't spend your time redoing my videos. You make sure and see, this is why I say to people that the I guess the old stuff about, well, I got all this PLR on my hard drive is too much. You really don't have enough, because if you try to start serving your customer, um, do you know WordPress? Like every every change? Well, probably not. And you shouldn't be trying to teach WordPress. And you shouldn't be trying to be a WordPress expert. I said at the beginning of this year, and people kind of laughed at me and they said, I'm not going to be an AI expert. I will teach the various aspects of AI, but I'm not going to position myself as the AI guy, right? I'm going to teach it for the people that are our customers. You shouldn't necessarily be the expert. The expert, you should be the expert on how to use it, right? The expert on how to use it. Put that in your membership site. So if I want to know how to make sense of it, here's what people are struggling with. Let me tell you about AI for a second. Um, you don't have to know everything. You don't have to be first to know everything. You have to be the person who can make sense of it for your customer. So can you make sense of AI for your customer? I bet you and we could probably use some help in doing that. Right. So when I produce PLR, it's really designed to help the people who are ultimate insiders, but everybody else who buys too, so that you can make sense of it for your customer. It's not to make them rich, right? If that's what they want, then that's not going to happen for them anyway, even if you tell them that. But you can help them make sense of that. And so that's going to be the case with everything. So if you get PLR from these areas of the places, as long as you make sense of it inside of your member area, right? Um, and when you put something written in your in your in your learning center, you better make sure it's accurate. Now, I'm not saying you don't have to check up behind me in watching these videos, but I do my darndest to make sure everything's accurate. Nothing's going to get you in trouble, and nothing you're going to have to go back and somebody can say, "What are you talking about?" I do my best not to do that to you. Um, and there are some vendors that you better be reading this stuff, and you better make sure it's going to say something that's going to get you sued, right? So again, you probably don't have enough good PLR on any subject, especially your market or niche. You got to organize it in your membership, and when you deliver, right, you deliver a membership area to a customer, it should be the best on your market. You say, well, I serve seniors. Okay, good. Can I ask you something? If I go to your membership and I'm a senior, is it the best? Is it the best? Is it the absolute best? Well, I've got a membership that teach seniors how to make money online. Okay, fine. Is your membership right now, is it better than any other one? So that if I already got one, I still got to have yours because of what uniquely put there. That's where you got to spend your time, trying to make, you know, co- I don't, marketing courses is hard, right? Marketing courses is hard. And the only reason that you should be marketing a course is to get people into continuity. Now, you, people can disagree with me if they want about that. The only reason you should be marketing a course is to get your customer and to find you're looking for your customer. You sell enough courses, you put enough stuff out there because when you sell a course, that's a buying customer, but you got to funnel them into your continuity. That's the game. There's no other game. There's no other game you should be playing. Because if you're not trying to get recurring income, then I don't know about you, you're probably too old to be trying to, launch little courses every single day and spend 13, 14 hours on your computer. That's what this game is about. This game is really about serving people, moving them into continuity. That's your goal. If you don't know if it's your goal, you may not know it's your goal, but that's your goal. Okay, let's see. Okay, Dr. Reed says, any thoughts on best organizing your learning center? I have, in addition to video courses, planners, and templates. Would you organize by content type or topic area? Um, there's a book, Dr. Reed, that called The Design of Everyday Things, and you might like to read that. It's written by a guy, and so what he says in that book is kind of the first thing you're trying to do is to signal to people what's important. And so I would say that it's the thing you want to emphasize. If the goal of the membership is they need to, let's say, do 10 things to make money, then it's really got to be organized around the 10 things. So they've got to see the 10 things that you say they got to do, and then where can they go and get the things for those 10 things, right? That's ultimately what it is. But I would, um, I'm less of an expert about that than most. Some people are intuitive about it. I'm probably not. I would suggest though that if you're not intuitive about that, that you take a look at this book called The Design of Everyday Things. I'm just now working through it. I've listened to it once. I like to listen to it again so it sinks in. But it's a great book because it talks about signals and what you're signaling to people. And so if I come to, let's say, a member area and the first thing I see are the courses, it could mean that that's important, but that might not be important to me, and that might not be how you sold it. So if you, what did so if it really depends on how you and I sell the membership and what's important to them. And so it's organized based on those things, right? Um, okay. And let's see. How? Okay, so my niche is spirituality, self-help, life coaching. So a learning center around helping spirituality coaches. Yes. Learning AI to expand your life coaching practice. Exactly. Now, not just in name only, Hal, but I'm talking about also functionally, right? Functionally, you and I, let's say that you and I are building a learning center together for life coaches. Functionally, what do we know they have to do? What is it a life coach has to do? So your understanding of that customer goes into how the learning center is set up. So yes, it's going to have the courses there, but doesn't have that may not be the first thing they need to see. Maybe the first thing they need to see is the community. Maybe the first thing they need to see is your getting started coach, or they need to see your face, right? Because being a life coach is about, I don't know, it could be about personal. If that's what you're teaching them, if that's your principle, then you organize around the thing. So, but you have the concept right, which is uh, and life coach needs to learn AI to expand their life coaching practice. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And so you design based on that. You don't spend your time working on the videos. You spend your time knowing that customer. And again, all this happens over time. You learn these things over time. You're not going to know them all up front, right? You're going to learn them over the course of years. And your customer's going to give you clues, and you're going to learn these things. And this year you're going to learn something. And you're going to put this in place. You're going to say, wow, that really worked. And this one's going to put this in place. And that's going to say, that was a bomb. Never doing that again. And so really it's designing for that customer. So it has nothing to do with PLR, AI. It's you're having it right. What does a life coach need to learn about AI? And so you contextualize our chat GPT training. So yes, they've got to learn how to do prompts and all that other stuff. But what does that mean to a life coach? Right? So you put the context in it. You put the and it's hard to do that in a course, a member area. When somebody's paying you monthly, you can invest that kind of time in that person. But that's exactly right. Um, yeah, so Jessica, I've got a book. I was looking to build a course around it, which you should, yes. Um, what is my goal? To build a continuity. Amen to the yeah, no, you should build a community and a learning center around your ideas, right? So everybody, and I don't have mine yet, I'm writing mine this year, is here's why I'm just going to tell you right off the bat. Um, I will have my book this year. It will not be written by AI, and I'm not saying AI is bad. Please don't say that. Oh, Charles said AI is bad. He did not say that. I'm not using AI to write my book. So, because what I have to say, I can't use the AI to say. And especially and all I'm going to be teaching is these very same things I've been saying to you over the years, right? And I can't get an AI to do that for me. But yeah, you should write a book, building multiple courses. Quite frankly, Jeff, I don't know what you're teaching in your book, but probably every chapter is probably a course in and of itself, not just a course. But um, okay, so you're in the same you're in the same niche as Hal. Um, yeah, so I think that the book and a course on each aspect of the book, and then probably if they want to really grow with you, right? Then they come work with you and they get all the stuff in the book, right? If you listen to Russell Brunson, right? I don't have a book there. My books are not back there. For the first 3 years, for 3 years during his life, or maybe 4 years, 5 years, he would do, let's say, .com secrets. All the products were basically .com secrets that year, and they would be for multiples. Now he wrote the book. Some people bought the book. Some people came to the session. I went to ClickFunnels that year. You know what he taught? .com secrets. So, you know, um, it's typically going to be the same stuff. So once you've exhausted those ideas, then you move on to some new idea. But you got the idea here. Okay. Russell, I'm keeping up with the Q&As. I'm keeping up with the chat. Uh, it's hard to keep up with them both. So yeah, if you put it in the chat, I'll be able to see it. Um, yeah, Hal, right. Yeah. It's about the end user, right? Focusing on who they are uniquely, right? That's exactly. System.io is a platform. So it is a platform that people can use in order to build sales pages, and basically, more than anything else, is a place to host and deliver your video courses. Right now, so you can put anything in there. Right, you can upload anything, and you can upload your videos to the course platform. So yes, you make a monthly payment, but you also are able to deliver courses. And what's unique about System.io that's not available in some of the other ones is that you have a share code. So you could take, let's say you have you're coaching uh, business customers. You could, right? You could say, well, hey, you know what? You know how to build your sales page? You could share one with them, right? So they don't have to do it. They just take your template. Now, of course, you're not going to give it to them. You're going to sell it, right? You're going to tell people, hey, you know what? I've got this awesome template. It's going to be, whatever, $97. It'll give you everything all up front. So it's a platform, Russell. It basically is a place where you can build sales pages, you can do automated webinars, and all of it's hosted there. Now, I don't necessarily believe in all-in-one platforms, but it's all there. And so if you are helping another customer get started, they don't have to learn WordPress. Because I guarantee you, and you probably experienced this, right? I can't remember who in you and your wife coach, but um you try to get somebody started on WordPress, and even if they can get started, you will confuse them, you will confuse them faster than anybody's business. Because once you start trying to teach people plugins and pay and what is it, themes, and they don't know whether or not to get a free one. They don't know whether or not to get a paid one. Behind the mill bit place doing a membership site, man. It becomes the, the the thing is it becomes your responsibility. And so that's one thing I recognize early on, right? About teaching WordPress, teaching people WordPress. I don't mind doing a PLR product on it. I don't want to be in the business of trying to tell somebody how to navigate WordPress because they're going to get confused, right? And so, please don't think everybody, if you're watching this, I'm this big. Oh, Charles, he's in love with System.io. It's not about that. You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about you as a coach. I'm thinking about you as a coach. I'm saying to you, what's easy for you to teach somebody? If you're trying to get people, if your business is, I'm gonna get people started online, right? I'm gonna give somebody the easiest start online. Uh, and you don't want to have to teach people, well, you got to buy this plugin, you got to buy a plugin to make sure that plugin works. That's a mess. I did that. And I'm telling you, learn from my mistakes. Don't try to do that. So it's not that I love this over WordPress. I suggest Ultimate Insiders use the one that I give it because there's a whole lot more than System.io. But if you're talking about teaching somebody and putting them on a platform, that's what you should be putting people onto because it's easy to teach. It's easy to get them started. Okay. Um, that's probably a long-winded answer to what you asked, but okay, yeah. So Jeff says, right, yeah, it's I would hope, Jeff, it's easier because if you and maybe I can see how, it's probably easier for you to just do one course for everything. But probably there's so many things. I mean, if you I guess you have to see when you outline a course, right? So when you start talking about, I'm telling you, if you outline the course and you're trying to outline what the principles in 30 chapters, you do one course on that, you're that's a long course. And I know people have 14 or 15-hour courses and they sell them for $2,000. I mean, more power to them. I don't know whether people even ever touch that stuff. Well, I know people like to pay $2,000 for a course, and it's 13 hours, and they feel good. They feel like they did something, right? They feel like they did something. Oh, I got this. I paid $2,000, and I got 87 hours of videos. But you and I know they haven't done anything, and they're not likely to do anything because it's too much, right? It's too much in one place. So I think it's been my experience, and this comes from my instructional technology background, um, that you got to kind of give people short goals, and you got to give them a quick win, and a lot of quick wins. If you can give people, um, that'll help people. So that's neither here nor there. Now watch, you'll go and create a course. It'll be your 30 chapter course and it'll sell like crazy and people will love it, right? But that's just my opinion, okay? So anyway, um Yes, that's correct, Russell. Yep, on the day you join. Uh, okay, yep, George, I will. I think I did answer, but yeah, I will. I'll write you again. Um, okay, I have three websites for training. Is there a one? I would say to just get everything on at Harper Academy, Russell. Right, so everything's at Harper Academy that you will need. I bought several programs on Zoo and Warrior Plus since 2001. Haven't made anything because I bought too many of them because they were related to what I'm doing or wanted to expand on. I was addicted because the offer seemed good. Um, okay, say $25. They say get this for 10 or to get higher access. I pay the 10. Then they say pay $50 for higher access. Yeah, finally they say pay $400. You can have the whole program. They'll really make you more money. I wish they would tell you up front without playing games with me. Yeah, okay. So see here's a thing, right? Um, so uh so so when you start talking about that, you're talking about you're talking about a certain kind of customer. And so you're not going to have um y- y- the customer that you want is probably going to be a lot like you. And so you're not going to have the traditional make money online customer because you're not going to attract them. And so all of those things are going to be things that you don't want to do. And there are going to be more people that are like you than are like the other customer, right? There are going to be a lot of customers out there in this space who want to make, who will sell that way because they bought that way and still buy that way. Um, you're going to reach a different kind of customer. And it's good to recognize that. And so you might want to, again, I always suggest to people that they start, you make one offer to front end product, upsell people into your continuity offer. That's it. Right now, you can start to get fancier when you start to get different kinds of customers. But if you're teaching people one basic thing, then you start with one thing, bring them into this, right? A basic front end product, upsell them into your continuity program, right? Um, See, I have a business relationship with thousands of people in the ag industry, educated tens of thousands of farmers over the years. Now that I'm not with the university, we're developing an educational website. I like the idea of not having to create all my content. Yeah, so you should not be creating all the content, especially on things that maybe you shouldn't try. You should focus on ag, right? You should focus on the particulars of the ag people, right? That's what you want to focus on because that's what's going to make your learning center unique, right? That's exactly what you should be doing. Um, so Dr. Reed says mind mapping their content, breaking them out for custom students to consume. Yep. Um, should you sell on the membership site that you gave you? Yes. Um, I would not, Maria, I would not build on system.io unless you are trying to sell to customers on that site. So if that's not who your customer is, then I would just build on the site that I've given you. Right there's no reason to go out and buy anything. So I would not go out and buy another something. Nope, definitely not. Uh, okay. I think I've covered everything. What site did I give? Um, okay, everything that you need is going to be at courses.harperacademy.com. So that's in terms of where you need to be, that's where you need to be. Right. So I'm going to be shutting down the Circle community over there. So I let them know that I'm not going to be paying them anymore. And so um, I may do a community. My community is going to be primarily for Ultimate Insiders to start. I may open it back up to everybody else, and that's all going to happen at one site. So I'm going to be shutting the community down over there and just focusing on our insider members. Okay, so yeah, so basically, let me see. You said what site? And when you have a chance, Russell, go ahead and sign up for your onboarding call so you and I can get together. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yeah, I'm happy to be back, and I don't know what happened. Um, I really, I really work hard. And those of you who know me, I know Dana knows I do this, right? Dana just said hello. Um, I take more supplements and all that stuff than probably any human probably should, right? My sister, who's a pharmacist, she'd probably be really mad at me. But and so I think I told this story, and I don't know if I told it to everybody. Uh, I I typically I take a certain kind of zinc, and it's called chelated or something like that. Chelated. Apparently, it's supposed to get absorbed in your bloodstream easier. So, I go to my local person, right, shop, and they're out of it, right? They say, "Oh, we're out of it up and down the East Coast," and so they couldn't get it. So for 3 weeks, prior to this thing happening, is and so and so I started just taking the store brand of zinc. And probably 4 days before this thing hit, I told my wife, I said, you know what, something ain't right. I said, something's wrong. I gotta go find the zinc. And I said, okay, I'm gonna launch this thing on Saturday. And as soon as I launch it, because I got launched YouTube last week, I said, I'm gonna go and get my zinc, right? Whatever I gotta do. And and then I woke up on Saturday morning, could not speak, right? Couldn't talk. I literally, I couldn't say a word. And so I go to, you go to urgent care, and I mean, they do what they can, right? I think they're doing the best they can. They were short staffed. They were just trying to get me out of there. Uh, and they said laryngitis. I don't know that I had laryngitis. That's what they say. But I will tell you this. Um, the next day, I looked up in my place, and I could go and get my chelated zinc in Maryland. So, I just told nobody else could go with me in the car, sick as I was, and I drove down to Maryland, 2 hours away, to get this zinc. I've got 3 bottles of it, so I don't run out again. And so and so I'm back on my regular zinc. And so, whereas, if I really had laryngitis, it should have taken me 2 weeks to get ready. And so I'm back. Okay, yeah. So, Russ, so for Ultimate Insiders, basically, you take a look at what you don't have, take a look at what's everything that you have available, and just and make a reasonable offer for the entire collection. That's basically it. And so now Ultimate Insiders can make that offer based on the discount. So if a person's not an Ultimate Insider, they cannot even do this. So the only people that can, because I don't discount stuff, right? This YouTube thing is kind of like my first semi discount, right? Um, but basically, you take a look at the collection, take a look at what you have, do some math, right, based on what you think a reasonable offer might be, and you can give it a little haircut, give it a haircut, make a reasonable offer, and then send it to me. If I think it's too low, I'll just say, hey, that's too low. And so That's it. So you make an offer, then I'll send you back a link to pay, and that's it. And then I send you all the products. The only thing that I would say is that there's some products that are not on that page. So um, I don't have all my bonuses on that page because I couldn't fit. They would only let me get 200 products on that page. So everything's not on there. So there are also some other stuff on there that probably, I think there's some other bonuses that I put together over the years. Everything that I've ever done is on Teachable. That's part of the offer. So you're basically bidding on all my stuff, going back to 20, 20, um, 20, right? Going back to 2020. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Well, I tell you what, it really takes not being able to do this. Um, it really takes not being able to do this a week to really appreciate being able to do this. And I appreciate being in front of you all. I appreciate being able to do this. And I can say here at the end of the year, uh, I love what I do. I love this call on Saturday night and our Ultimate Insider group. I just really, the Wednesday night training and all those things, I couldn't do it this week, and it was a real bummer. And even recording videos, I missed it. And so with that, thank you everybody for your patience, right? And I still got to get back to everybody. I know I'm behind. I'm way behind. So you're watching this, you're saying, "Oh, you haven't get back to me." You're right. I'm I'm still getting around to everybody. So so I'm coming. I'm coming to see you very soon. Once again, I appreciate you all. Have a great New Year's and look forward to seeing you in the new year. Oh, a link for the collection? Yeah. Let me make sure this is right, Sharon. Uh I think this is it. I think that's it. Let me make sure. Let me see. Looks like it's going there. All right, thanks, Dr. Reed. Appreciate you. It's going to take a while to render, but I think that's the right link, Sharon. That's the right link. Yep, that's the right link. Okay, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me here. Thank you, Victor. Appreciate it. I will take care of the voice and appreciate y'all. Have a great night. Okay, yeah, it's let me see, Maria. I'll put that here. All right, there you go. All right, everybody, have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.